Fantastic. Hey, good morning, or maybe where you are might be good evening. Who knows? I'm Ark Press Senior Editor Dave Butler. Welcome to the Gopherwood Lounge. Come on in out of the rain. Today's very special. It's our very first live stream. It's a very special Gopherwood Lounge, and I'm here with special and important guests. Tony Daniel, Ark Press Editor-in-Chief. Ark Press Senior Editor David AF is struggling with technical challenges, but we hope to get him back. But of course, our most special guest is Ark Press writer and New York Times bestseller, gamer, minis painter, firearms aficionado, defender of the Second Amendment, all around good guy, and the king of Morgan County, Larry Correia. Larry, welcome back to the Gopherwood Lounge.
I'm glad to be here, guys. Very excited today. Actually, woke up with a nervous stomach. like I used to get that back on like match days before you're going to compete, and you would wake up and like your stomach is like, oh, it's game day.
It is game day. Tony is the man with the button. Tony's sitting there. You can't see it. There's an enormous green button just off stage. Off camera that when the time comes in 29 minutes, he's the one who has to hit the button to manually turn the Kickstarter on. Fun fact, if you've never run a Kickstarter, you don't set an automated time. They make you manually start so you don't accidentally do it. Although it seems like you could accidentally do it anyway. So just speaking of game day jitters, there's no pressure, Tony. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Oh, your mic is not working.
Is my mic working now?
Your mic is working.
Okay,
now.
I left and came back because my mic wasn't working. It's probably.
I'm just spamming the internet everywhere with the link to the live stream.
Awesome, fantastic. We got a pretty active comment stream going already, and I'll be monitoring that because I think one of the things we want to do is have a sort of an AMA conversation, and people want to have questions for Larry about American Paladin or other things. We love to address them. One jester suggests that I gave my mute to Tony. I think one jester is probably Dan Bridgewater. Not to out him, but. It's fun to see names we know in the chat. Hey guys,
trying to get this link to go through, but YouTube is actually blocked on my Brave browser because I refuse to undo the ad blocker. So I actually have Microsoft Edge just to watch YouTube, but it won't go back and forth between the two, so I'm having to like cheat and cut and paste here. All right.
YouTuber YT says, is there a way to get one of the Kinetic books without the extra item so it does not get confiscated by customs? Yeah, that is our plan, actually. So those of you who, and we're going to have to sort of be careful about this, but those of you who purchase the Invictus edition in a jurisdiction in which we cannot send you the ejected brass casing from the Kinetic alteration device, you won't get the casing. Because we don't want you to go to jail or us to go to jail or anyone to get the book complicated.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not going to be a problem in the U.S., I don't think. We looked into the laws. The only issue that we really have is overseas shipping. I was thinking we would get Larry to take some. This is also illegal, but get some pennies and take them out onto a railroad track near where he lives and have a train run over them, and we'll substitute one of those Larry treated pennies for the casing.
If I derail a train through here, that's going to just be the worst. I'll never live that down.
If you derail a train.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you hear about a train derailing,
yeah,
as part of the stunt for a Kickstarter.
A train derailed in the mountains of northern Utah today, and it's like,
yeah, it wasn't us, and Larry was at my house. If you hear that,
yeah, I was in Provo the whole time.
We got a question from iSamwise, booktuber iSamwise says, does Larry model the monsters in his books after his real life critics?
I did add a internet troll named Melvin, who was based upon a real person who was a legend back in the days. But most of them, honestly, my critics are not that memorable. Like being dead serious. I use them, I abuse them, I monetize them. I have fun with them until I get bored or they run out of steam, and then I block them. And honestly, not joking, 5 to 10 minutes later, I can't remember their name, unless they were really notable. Like if they were really funny, I'll remember them and they'll become kind of like legendary. But most of them, nah. Now, if I'm ever writing like just petty jerks, though, I have a lot of experience with those.
A horde of sort of pasty, flabby, colorless thumb suckers.
Well, I do the whole like little internet zoology thing where I do like I'm posting like I'm the crocodile hunter, and I go through the wildlife of the internet, and that subcategory, Dave, is what's called the mayonnaise goblin. And there's the lesser mayonnaise goblin and the greater mayonnaise goblin, but they all look the same, and they're all very, very upset. And somebody today, I took some guy was yelling at me, calling me the worst writer ever, and like, and I was like, I luckily a lot of people disagree with you on that, and the guy was like, well, a lot of people like Donald Trump too, and I'm like, and so I just took a screen cap of this guy, and I put it up, and I was like, if you back the American Paladin Kickstarter, what's his face here is going to be very upset. And somebody asked me, he's like, dude, do you like plant these guys for marketing purposes? And I was like, no, but I know that one of them is going to reliably show up and scream at me no matter what. And so I'm just ready. Because they're that predictable.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We did just get our first stretch goal suggestion. Chris Young asks about, can we talk about stretch goals? Passage TV suggests official Larry Correia fake beard and bald cap.
Sadly, guys, none of this is fake. This is all organic for the role. Yeah. Now the beard, I can't. To be fair though, the beard is only really good in the front. My side beard is just okay, but the front beard, the goatee area, magnificent.
Very good. That's why we photograph you from the front on the author photos. Now we have a side shot of you.
Yes, as you can see, the side beard, it's a little. I go a little patchy there, but is what it is.
Yeah.
Not all of me can be magnificent. I do have to have some flaws to be a compelling character.
That's true. But just subtle flaws that turn out to be strengths.
I care too hard.
That's right.
Correct.
I'm too courageous.
Right. You care too much about the detail and getting the work done right.
It's like the old thing is like when you're having a job interview, and it's like, what are your biggest weaknesses? It's like, I work too hard. I care too much.
That's right.
It's not. I screw around on Facebook arguing with people when I should be working.
Yeah. So one of the guys in the chat, I'm gonna say this wrong, but I think it's probably Gregory Gagnon, says, I think this is a suggestion for the stretch goal to add the Correia Tech flowing Fabio hair to the wants to see flowing hair out behind you in the bald cap.
I love that the alternate universe version of me has awesome hair. That was like and he smokes cigars, and he's like super ripped.
There's some cover of Larry like that an artist did with Larry super ripped shooting 2 machine guns or something like that.
Yeah, it was the cover from my Target Rich Environment short story collections. One of them, I got a Tetsubo in one hand, and I've got a Cazador rifle in the other, and I'm killing a bunch of monsters. And the other one, they did me up kind of like it was me and Bridget, and it was a famous pose that I actually struck at a book signing, where I was holding up a stuffed manatee, and Bridget was like holding on to my legs, and like a Frank Franzetta Conan kind of thing. And that went really viral. And so for the volume 2, they did me up as basically a Frank Franzetta character.
Yeah.
And
What? Tell us, what was the manatee thing again? It was some kind of.
Oh, so Wendell the manatee is a good friend of mine and is my spokesman. He's my official spokesmanatee. And I've used Wendell over the years for a great many things. He's one of the major characters in the Tom Stranger series. Very popular, very eloquent, very well-spoken manatee, very fiscally responsible, a hero to his people. He was elected to the state legislature in Florida. He served briefly a term as the Ghost of Christmas Future Past, but that was court mandated as part of his community service deal. He had to cop a plea, but we don't want to get into that. And a world record holding Call of Duty player. So Wendell's a manatee of great skill, and we all look up to him.
The people have asked about the Kickstarter link. I did update the YouTube description to include the link to the Kickstarter, but it happened. I did it at like 8:29. So if you had the window open already, you should be able to refresh and see the link in the description. But I'll drop it from time to time in the chat to make sure you have it too.
Yeah, let's see. And we are live on that 20 minutes.
Chris says he expects to like American Paladin so much that he'll be laser etching an American Paladin slide for his Glock.
We looked. Can we say this on? I don't know what we can say on YouTube. We looked into suppressors for a reward, but then Kickstarter told us we couldn't. So
yeah,
we'll see if we can find another back channel one day, maybe.
Kickstarter gets a little
maybe
weird
for the
on gun
sequel or
stuff.
something, but.
YouTube too. While we're live streaming here, I can't. I learned the hard way doing live streams with people not to handle firearms on YouTube. YouTube hates that. I don't know what their rules are. I don't know if they know what their rules are. They just kind of change them as they go. But so I try not to handle firearms on stream, and which is funny because I actually have guns literally all over my office.
Yeah. Well, you may not be the only one.
Yeah, it's I've gotten other guys in trouble, and we start talking guns, and I'll be like, oh, and I'll start pulling stuff out of my desk, and then the next thing you know, they're demonetized or got a demerit or whatever.
Yeah. We're trying to be very careful, but we're trying to. I think that it's working for that alternate way of saying it. People seem to like that as a coy way of getting at what we're offering here. So.
Event Horizon again has a really good question. He says, was part of the motivation for the graphic novel to try and get some interest for non-readers in Hollywood? Maybe it's worth talking about. We've talked about the graphic novel. I'm not sure we ever talked about why the graphic novel.
Well, I mean, no, it's because, of course, yes, we're going to take this out, of course, but it is good IP to have, as they say. But Alex did this great novel called Always with Honor, graphic novel last year, and I just love his art. And I thought, man, that would just pair up with Larry so well. And so we got them together, and Larry wrote the script, and it was a match made. I mean, this is a beautiful piece of work, I think.
It came out really good. I've never written a script before for a graphic novel. It's kind of similar to a movie script in format, and I've done one screenplay and I actually sold to a little movie production company many years ago, and then it promptly went out of business right after, and so that never got made. But I did up a script of and I didn't really know what I was doing as far as size. And so I wasn't really sure how scenes would, especially wordless scenes, how they would translate over to page space. And so I started going through and I would write, this is what I see happening. This is what I envision. This guy says this guy says this. And I'm just kind of writing it through like a screenplay. And then I went over to, I was kicking it back and forth to Alex as I was going. I was like, how many pages would this be? For you to draw it? And he was like, I would do this, 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 and this. And I was like, okay, cool. And that started giving me kind of an idea. And so it's paced different than writing a novel, because a novel I just go and say what I want. This is, there's like the little things where I'd like put like one paragraph of information for visuals. Alex can just draw like these beautiful pictures, and it's just boom, boom, boom. It's just there. And so that was a learning experience. And I got done with this and kicked it over to Alex, and Tony was the editor, and they went through it. And it's kind of it's a fun little story. So it's not the same story as the novel. So it's the same character, same universe, same situations. It's actually the graphic novel is going to take place after the book. But it's just kind of some like fun little monster killing adventure. What it is, you know, stranger comes to town. A mom is missing her daughter, and she's run off with a really bad dude. And this dude is a lot worse than anybody thinks. The stranger in town is my guy, Mike Spears. He's a vigilante, and the dude that the girl has run off with is actually he ain't from around these parts. And there's one little bit where they're talking, and somebody else is like, so he's an illegal alien, and Spears is like, yeah, I guess you could call him that.
That's awesome. I think
it really gives a good. I mean, the thing about it, I think it is a work of art. In the script and the art came together. I mean, we did it for creative and entertainment purposes. You know, that was our goal.
I think it is reasonable to say, hey, there might be readers who are more naturally graphic novel readers and who might encounter the character this way first. And great. So we'd love to get readers that way, and then have them come discover the books.
Yeah.
Couple other
art. Oh my gosh, so good.
One other thing is, how about that monster? We don't show it in any of our previews because we need the reveal. You got to buy the book to get the reveal.
It's gross.
It's
so on that one, so Alex, you know, he's an artist. He's a great artist. He's like fantastic. And so I had in my mind kind of what the monster was, but I didn't have a physical description for it. So I just told Alex, is like, okay, this is what I envision. Go nuts, like artistically. What do you want to do? And so he came up with this design. It was just weird and gross. It's creepy and weird and gross.
And repulsive, yeah.
And repulsive. It's just repulsive. And it's awesome because like I write and I don't have to actually draw these things. I can just give vague descriptions, you know?
Yeah.
Lovecraft really didn't describe his monsters very well, you know, except they were like squishy. He maybe give you a color or an imaginary color on a couple features, and boom, your imagination runs with it. Alex has to actually draw this stuff, and so he came up with this thing. This is gross. It's weird. And best shot though in the whole thing, and I don't want to ruin it, but there's a shot of the monster's weapon, and then slightly below it there's a shot of the human's weapon, and I won't say what it is, and they're in parallel, like coming at each other, and it's like super badass. And I'm actually hoping that even people who aren't like big novel people, so if you're not into books, I hope that some people will check out the graphic novel. And so if you guys are in that world, because I'm not, I'm just a bystander really in the comics world. But if you guys are involved in that, please spread the word for us. Tell your friends. Like I said, that's not my area of expertise, but damn it came out really good. I'm really proud of it. Mike Barron thought it was great. Mike Barron, man. Mike Barron's awesome. Mike, if you guys don't know who Mike Barron is, Mike Barron wrote The Punisher forever. Like most of the most famous Punisher stories you guys remember from when you were younger were written by Mike Barron. And Mike Barron thought it was awesome. So I was like, okay, all right, I'll take that.
That's it. And we got that blurb on the back of the back.
Oh, we got Mike's awesome. Yeah, I'll take that because he's a legend.
Yeah.
We got some more
artist. Gabe Eltai gave a great blurb. Former DC artist and Renegade. And we also have a blurb from old Glenn Reynolds over at Instapundit, who
Glenn's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome
for sure. We got some more stretch goal suggestions. We had a suggestion of American Paladin training for good men who are willing to go to jail.
That's definitely not allowed on Kickstarter.
That's definitely not allowed.
We might have to go to Belize or something to do that training.
In fact, there's a couple lines in the book where I explain what the words accessory after the fact mean. And so, no, we will not be doing that.
Yeah. We got Christopher Yun suggests 3D printed minis for tabletop gaming. He's got several suggestions. Cross-promotional first chapter of another art project. Lottery for a sketch from Alex Wisner. American Paladin pins, patches and stickers. I think we'll have to go through and harvest these. These are very cool suggestions, Chris. I personally was thinking we should have a Larry Correia beefcake calendar. 2026. Larry driving a Polaris in his boxer shorts down the drive. Larry posing with a rifle at the range.
Am I shirtless in all of these?
I think that's de rigueur. Yeah, it maybe wouldn't have to be more than shirtless.
Maybe we could sell it for more if you're not.
Because if I lost about 20% body fat, I'd totally have abs.
Yeah.
Well, 20, 30% body.
We do have some stretch goals. They're blanked out right now, but we will reveal them if and when we get the chance.
Oh, if and when we're going to be making new stretch goals.
Cool.
So buy the book so we can show you the stretch goals, and then we'll give you the stretch goals.
That's true.
If we hit them. Yeah,
that's absolutely true.
The stretch goals you get. So
yeah,
they're not goals anymore.
See, that's the best thing about Kickstarter, though, is like I love, and I've done a bunch of these now, and I love them because, and I participated in like 100 of them because I buy so many miniatures, and there's that like ownership of it. Like you jump in on a Kickstarter early, and you're like, yes, this is my thing, and now I want to get it as far as I can to see what other cool stuff I can get. I've done so much promotion for other people's mini Kickstarters that I had nothing to do with except I was participating in them just because I wanted to unlock that next mini.
Yeah. We've got more suggestions. Suggestions to involve Faust in the calendar, or to have a pure Faust Waffle Hound calendar.
12 months of Faust would be a lot better than 12 months of me, actually. That would
¿Por qué no los dos, as we say in the American West? Chris says, what about mapping or writing an RPG campaign in this universe? And it seems to me like there's maybe a lot of stuff that could be fairly easily done.
Do you think that hasn't occurred to us?
No, I'm a gamer nerd. I am an RPG gamer nerd. Dave knows. I've played with Dave before.
Yeah.
I don't know. So this one, like the guy most of the time is working alone. And in fact, part of this book is he winds up having to work with somebody else. And he's not super good at that. This is not exactly a team player. You know what I mean? But I actually could see how that could work. Especially with the mythos, kind of like the mythology I've got going on. Because this is kind of a weird thing because it's kind of half and half. And that like it's regular normal human problems, like regular normal crime and awful bad people doing bad stuff, right? And the book's set in 2022, at the end of 2022, and not, which is just fairly recent, but if you guys remember, there was a certain vibe going on in the country right then, as far as frustration. There was a lot of crap going down, a lot of like bad things were getting to pass, and a lot of people who were standing up against it were going to jail. And so it was a dumb time. And that's why I decided to set it right there, because like to get that feeling of frustration. So one half, it's regular, normal, evil crap. Other half is the weird crap that he's been looking for a long time. And then most of the book, though, is he basically has a run-in with that and then the aftermath of it. Now, for an RPG, actually, it would be pretty good. Like I'm a sucker. You guys know I'm a sucker for urban fantasy. I love having weird monsters and magical stuff, and then just shooting the crap out of it. I'm an American. I saw one of the comments was one of the pictures in the calendar should be me getting armbarred.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we could totally do that. Like me and my sexy rash guard getting my arm ripped off, which I get to do 3 times a week. So we'll have plenty of opportunities to see me getting my ass kicked. That's not a stretch at all. That's not even a stretch goal. That's just every day of the week, Larry, 3 days a week, Larry gets the crap beat out of him.
I'm gonna go.
Speaking of stretches, Tony, is your button?
Oh, he's gonna go push the button.
Have you done your stretches for your button finger?
I really don't want to be on here and do it because I'm afraid I'm going to screw something up if I try to do 2 things at once.
You're going to delete all of YouTube.
Yes, that's right. One thing I do want to mention though is that Larry has contracted for a sequel, so this is a series. All right. So
go push the button, Tony.
Not to terrify Larry, but we'll be having that one too.
Oh man, I'll talk about deadlines. I'll talk about deadlines and behind the scenes here in a minute if you want.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bring it up, but I can't answer back because we'll just say that I work hard for my money. Hell yeah. That's why we're team with. All right, goodbye.
All right.
Bye, Tony.
It's coming up.
All right, fingers crossed, guys.
Samwise says, what about a stretch goal of a cage match between Larry and George Martin?
I
don't think George would say yes.
I'm pretty sure George would say no. Plus, George, the way the rules of challenges work is George has so much money, he just hire Tom Aspinall to just beat the crap out of me. He'd be like, "Yo, Francis Nagano, you want $10 million to beat up this fat guy?" And Francis would be like, "Okay," and he just rip my arms off and beat me with them. So that's how that would go.
Yeah.
George has Dana White money.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm a UFC nerd. I can go off on this stuff, but yeah, I will refrain.
Hey, Dave, I know we kind of moved on from it, but we've only got 3 minutes. Maybe can you pull up some screenshots from the graphic novel that we've got?
I don't think
not
I have
easily
any
accessible.
I was looking earlier. Where are they? This is inside dirt here. Where are they in the Dropbox? I couldn't find them.
Who knows? We got things in so many places. Let's see. I'll see if I can find them.
Because I downloaded a few graphics. I can share some other stuff. But it's basically the graphics from the Kickstarter. If you can find graphics from inside the novel to share, graphic novel, that'd be great.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah.
Just bring up PDFs and just hold up your phone.
poor man's screen share.
Super high tech. I'm hitting refresh on the Kickstarter page just to see if it's up. Nope, not quite.
Yeah, minute and a half maybe. Tony's there trembling over the button.
Oh, so I'll tell the chat real fast. So I was telling these guys when I got on, I woke up this morning with a nervous stomach. So back when I used to shoot competition, I would wake up on match day really early. I woke up at 5, and I would wake up on match day with a nervous stomach. It's like the day, it's like the day of the thing you've been working for. It's the day of the thing you've been training for. This is it. And I haven't shot competition in a decade, right? Or long. It's been forever. And I woke up with that this morning, and I was like, "Oh man, it's that old feeling." And I was like, "Oh boy, here we go." So, but we've done what we can. I have tried to get the word out despite the best efforts of Mark Zuckerberg to stop us. And actually, I think the best one was writing the Kickstarter stuff on a target and shooting it. And it was raining last night. Otherwise, I was going to get another one where I'm just going to get another target, write some more stuff that is live, and just obliterate it with a 12 gauge. Little dichotomy from my 9mm last time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny too because somebody was oh, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Let's see.
All right.
Okay. It's not up yet.
And come on, Tony. There we go. It's up.
Oh,
We got a question about local lore. What local or Southwest lore might we be learning in these books?
okay. So I'm bouncing around. So most of this book takes place. Well, there's scenes in actually Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. Most of the stuff is actually is bounced around southern Colorado, northern Arizona, and northern New Mexico, kind of the Four Corners region there. The scene that I was actually working on last night, doing some editing on, was it's actually on the res. It's on the Navajo reservation. What all monsters and whatnot are in this one, I don't want to give out too much yet, but there is a deer-headed guy, shapeshifter dude on the cover of one, might be a clue. Now that said, I'm not. Dang it! I don't want to give too much away. That's a hard question, Dave. That's a hard question. Okay, so one of the main characters' best friends is this guy who's half Shoshone, but he doesn't know crap about like legends. There's another scene where he's talking to this old Navajo guy about like some bad stuff that's gone down. This dude's like 80-year-old Navajo, and Spears is like, yeah, that sounds like bad medicine. And the dude's like, dude, I don't know, I'm Presbyterian.
That's awesome.
Well, because there's like this whole TV show thing about like the West where like everybody like knows all the like local stuff. It's like no, people are normal everywhere. But I do get the little people, the little cannibals of the Rocky Mountains, the
Awesome.
Nirumagari. I do get into those. Yeah, I do actually have a couple different shape-shifting creatures. Little hat tip to Louis L'Amour. I have a poison woman.
Nice.
If you guys, if you're a fan of Louis L'Amour, and so yeah, and so there is a skinwalker in this, is the kind of the main villain, but the real bad guys are kind of this other dimensional world that's bumping up against ours. And I've teased it. I've talked about we get to play cowboys versus Aztecs, but the Aztecs were more just an offshoot of these guys, and these guys are 500 years later on their side of the fence. Okay, so they're entirely different, but they're still really into the whole bloodthirsty human sacrifice, slavery, murder, ritual combat kind of thing. And so they make great bad guys. And yeah, I do get it. Okay, I have to stop because you guys haven't read the book yet, and so
Yeah.
when I have stuff like show up as a surprise, I can't be like, oh, hey, Larry talked about that on YouTube. There's a lot of monsters in it, human and otherwise.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Oh,
Oh,
I think it's mostly cowboy singular versus Aztecs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
By the
everybody
way,
in the chat, go.
we're now funded. We funded in 3 minutes.
Very nice.
We funded while I was talking about one group of monsters.
Larry answered one question. Yes, earlier today, Tony said, "Hey, can we get a graphic that said funded in X hours ready?" And I said, "No, it's got to be X minutes." In 3 minutes. That's it.
Oh wow, guys!
Well, thanks to everybody. Whoa, look at this. I've got some screenshots.
Wow.
I don't know how I can share my screen. If we want to look at those, present. I think I'm going to tell you a story about this present button. My wife is lovely, but she's not the biggest technophile. And they were doing a Zoom meeting during all the COVID mess, and she kept hitting present, and so was sharing her screen. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I was saying I was present. I was counting myself as present."
All right, I'm spamming this across the internet, guys. Forgive my typing.
Share screen. Can I do this?
We funded in
wow.
2 minutes, Tony.
I think 3, maybe it's 2.
I don't know. It's not working.
Okay, I wrote 2 on Twitter.
Could be 2.
I'm going to round down. And I got to, letting you guys know is anytime I post stuff to Facebook, I have to post it multiple times in different ways so people will actually see it.
Yep. Well, man, thank you all. How exciting. I mean, we're not signing off now, but just so great to see the energy and the excitement, for this project and for Larry. And man, big thanks to everybody for being part of our art community. We love it.
Okay, man, this is nuts. Let's take a look at that again. Holy crap. Okay, that's pretty cool. We just broke 10 grand.
We're now 200% funded. Phil bought Magic Valley Muse. Magic Valley's in Idaho. It's south of Treasure Valley. Larry might find the legend of the Iron Door in Oneida County, Idaho. Interesting. So that might be one to grab for your notes and check out.
I actually don't know that. I don't know the Iron Door in Oneida County.
It sure sounds cool.
It does, actually. I got a bit in Pocatello.
That's awesome. When Pirates Attack says funded in 2 minutes, still not a real author.
Dude, I will never be a real author. That is a perpetually, it's like Schrodinger's author. Whatever state I am in is not a real author.
Correct. It's something else. Whatever Larry did, it's something else that makes one a real author.
Well, and it was the whole you had to have 200 people at a book signing, which if you guys know anything about book signings, 200 people at a book signing is insane. That's there's a couple guys, and there's like you can count on your fingers of your hands of who gets that many people at a book signing. Well, in fantasy and sci-fi, you can definitely do it on your hands. Yeah. And this guy was like, well, you're going to have to, and then I did it. I actually did get over 200 people at a book signing. And that still didn't count. Then I think it changed to 400. Which is basically like Brandon Sanderson. That's literally the only person that does that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that's looking pretty good. Okay, guys, I'm a little floored here. Thank you very much. You guys are pretty awesome. I am gee whizzed. You know what we have to do nowadays? We got to do a 400-person book signing too.
Well, I was going to say, you remember when you and I went to it was Half Price Books in Dallas, right? And they said, I think we had 136 is my memory. Which I say we, but like it was
130 or 150. That one. It was pretty.
Yeah, big. And I say we, but it was your fans. I was piggybacking.
Yeah, but they said it was the biggest.
It's true. It's true. And that was the first time that Baen ever got a photo of a Baen event in the Publishers Weekly Monday mailing list. Was me with my leather gaucho hat playing guitar. But they said it was the biggest signing that ever had. And who was it that had been there the week before? Like Brad Thor or somebody? And,
yeah, we smoked Brad Thor.
Yeah. So like signings are just mostly not very big is the truth.
Well, yeah, and we had another one where I think it was we were in me and you was where we beat the guy that wrote Longmire.
Yeah. Is it Ferguson? That was the same place. They mentioned him too. He had just been through.
Yeah, so we beat him. Which don't get me wrong, I love Longmire. I thought it was a great show.
Yeah. Great book.
Katie Sackhoff is just gorgeous. So
yes.
Hey guys, just some like more procedural things. I see who Colby asked which tier is the one where you get both the novel and the graphic novel. That one is called Pair of Aces. If you scroll down, it's like the 4th or 5th one. So that would be if you want that's the hard copies of it. Also on all of this stuff, I think virtually everything is available as an add-on. So if there's a tier that doesn't quite have everything that you wanted in the configuration, you can pick like the closest one and then add on really anything from the whole campaign. So Christopher said backed, which I think is nice. I thought he said blocked, and I'm like, oh man, we ticked someone off. He said
so
backed.
offended.
So thank you, Christopher. Yeah, you can add the graphic novel, I think really anything that we've got is pretty well available as a add-on. So, which is great because back when Kickstarter started, you couldn't do that, and you had to like have 27 billion tiers with all these weird configurations. This way, we put together what we thought would be probably the most popular kind of way of doing it. But
Nick Cersei's in the chat.
All right,
Nick, woot!
That's our narrator, guys.
We're so excited to have you doing the audiobook.
Super pumped. Nick is awesome. It's funny because I've known Nick online for probably 10 years. Me and him have been like tag teaming and beating people up on Twitter. And so not even professionally speaking, like writer, actor, or anything like that. I'm just saying just like, we're compadres for just like internet beatdowns. And so I'm super pumped to have Nick read this. Like I'm really looking forward to his take on it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, dude, he is funny as hell too. If you guys haven't seen him, like some of his comedy stuff, Nick did a thing called Acting School, which was it's hilarious. If you haven't seen Acting School, he's coming on. But yeah,
And he's a filmmaker also.
Oh yeah. Oh, his documentaries. Actually, if you
Yeah.
guys haven't seen Nick's documentaries, you need to check them out. He did one about January 6th that was actually incredible. And it was interesting how little attention like anybody gave to this documentary. Like they did their best to just stomp on it and throttle it. But it was excellent. And like Nick just kind of like got in the nitty gritty behind the scenes, like what really went down. Like a lot of first person interviews with people who were there and what actually happened. And then how it was covered in the news. And it was amazing. It was like the difference between, capital punishment. So I would highly recommend, if you guys haven't seen that, watch it. It's a good, Nick is a great filmmaker too. So he's a multi-talented kind of dude. I just write stuff.
When Pirates Attack has just volunteered to be eaten by werewolves in a live action MHI movie.
Oh man, I would love to have that. Now, okay, I do actually have something going on for MHI TV rights, but nothing I can say currently. So you guys, I've been through this before with you guys. You guys know the deal. People come and they buy the options for some of my books, and then Hollywood does its Hollywood thing, and nothing happens. But I get paid, which is nice. I do like that part. Will this actually happen? I don't know. These guys are really enthusiastic. We'll see. But I don't get too worked up. 25K?
Yep, we're 5X.
Huh.
13 minutes in.
Huh. Okay. That's pretty freaking cool, man.
it's going to be hard not to sit here for the next 30 days.
Yeah. So Nick says capital punishments on Rumble, so you guys can check it out on there. But highly recommend that. 25K in 15 minutes is pretty dang good.
I think this is going to be a success, Larry.
I think so. I think we're going to do okay.
Yeah. I hope Tony's feeling better.
Oh yeah. So Tony had to work up his button pushing finger.
Yeah.
And get psyched for that. It's interesting though, because somebody was asking the other day, and this is I think an interesting discussion, Dave. It was me and you, and you had posted something, or you tweeted something about like the Kickstarter, and somebody said, "Well, why are you guys doing a Kickstarter? Because like you guys are a real publishing house, and Larry's a well-known author. Why don't you just do it normal?" The answer to that is what we've seen in the last 15 minutes. It's an interesting little new way of doing it. And it's not that we couldn't just sell the books to you guys like we would normally, but it's kind of like this cool, fun experience too. It's like we've all jumped in on this cool thing, and we're like on this fun bandwagon, and it's just kind of putting some fun into the
Yeah.
process. I mean, I'm writing the book no matter what,
Yep.
but doing this kind of makes it an event.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%. It also allows us to do, because it's a way to pre-sell a product, right? It's a good way to do the special edition of the book, because we don't have to guess how many we need to print. We pre-order, right? We know exactly how many. And so it's what lets us do a really cool thing like the Invictus edition with the kinetically altered tip-in page and the UV printing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and M.A. Rothman, hi Mike.
Mike
makes the right point that it's publicity. It's publicity, and it exposes you to a different audience, right? We're new. We've got our growing fan base, and thanks to everybody who has supported Ark this year as we've gotten started. Larry's got his loyal fans and his fan base, and maybe casual fans, and people who just pick up his books because they think they look cool. But there is a whole other world out there who sadly hasn't heard of Ark or Larry, and Kickstarter is one way to get this awesome thing in front of them, right?
Yeah.
So yes, someone else points out there is an audiobook
I miss
add-on.
the old days. Oh, you guys remember these where? Oh yeah, get that. That's gonna be awesome. But like the old days of the internet, like we would have our own webpage, and we would do our own thing, and we would have like forums, and we would talk about our stuff on forums, and then we'd direct people to our webpage. And then kind of social media came along, and it was at first it was so convenient because we could just bring everything together into one convenient area, so you guys could all work together. And us creative people like me were like, wow, this is awesome. I can reach so many people. And back in those days, if you guys remember, I'd do the book bombs for other authors, and I'd sell 200 or 800 books for another author I was trying to boost in a day, which is huge because I could actually show all my people. And it's really kind of fun. It's kind of the Wild West of the internet marketing days. But then social media, it was a trap. And then once they had us all in one place, then they pulled the rug out from under you. And once nobody went to like the individual writers' blogs or whatnot anymore. And so I honestly think something like Kickstarter is kind of a way that brings back that enthusiasm we used to have in the old days. You remember about 10 years ago, guys, what I'm talking about? It was just kind of like that group of people enthusiasm effect.
Yeah.
And we lost that for the longest time. We didn't have that. Anyway, hats off to Brandon Sanderson for being the guy who kind of blew the doors off of Kickstarter being a way to release books. And, so mad props to him. Now, obviously, we're not going to do what Brandon did.
Hey, never say never.
Yeah. Well, barring like, a miracle or something, because that was just mathematically, that's bonkers, right? But I think this crap is fun. I think it's just, we hit 30. Wait, holy crap, we did hit 30K.
Dude, Mike Rothman, this is a hilarious post. Brandon, share this if you can. What's funny is I shared twice on Facebook, once with your book cover and another with the image of the New York Times headquarters building. The New York Times post has 12x engagement.
So what we've learned is, guys, all the artwork is subject to change. So we are going to actually probably replace the Invictus edition cover with a picture of the New York Times headquarters. I think that's what we just learned.
I swear, I bet you money. Not true. I'm not that guy, but I bet if you go into the New York Times' office, they do their bestseller list. They have like Post-it notes on the wall with names of authors. That it's just like, I gotta swear here, it's just the fuck this guy wall. And it's like I'm on one of those Post-its. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking at this. Like, let me take a look here. And so we are at. Oh, mine hasn't even updated. Mine's still at $20,000.
Yeah, it's over 30. Davo makes a good point that arguably now I think you are a New York Times bestseller. I mean, you're 600% funded in 19 minutes using an image of the New York Times.
I'm going to copy. Thanks, Mike, for that experiment. I'm going to totally copy that and do that.
I think there's a lot of other experimenting to be done. I think we could try using an image of George R.R. Martin and see
see how that does.
See how that goes.
Oh my gosh!
So one thing someone asked about of the audiobook, and we did address this, is available as an add-on. I think the only tiers that automatically come with it are the Invictus, and then the big one where you get tickets to the VIP event and stuff. But it is available as an add-on. You can add it on to anything. Also, if you do see, just like none of these are quite what the combo that you wanted. The first thing is this $2 Wayfarer, and we had to give it a price. You had to put money on it, otherwise we wouldn't even charge you guys. But what you can do is pledge that, and then just kind of pick and choose.
Yeah, out of the backer kit.
Out of the backer. Out of the add-ons that you want. So if there's something like, man, I really just want these two things, but they don't come together, do that $2 one, and then just pick the stuff out of the whatever. So what is the release date of the book?
I was just going to ask if you remembered. I couldn't remember what month we have it scheduled for. It's next year.
That's one for the publishing guys. I don't know. I don't mind deadlines.
Where's Tony? Tony should tell us.
So back in.
Part of the reason we asked why we did the graphic novel earlier, part of that was we wanted to give everybody something that backed this, or that chose to back that. You don't have to get the graphic novel, but we wanted to get that out first. So that's going to be out by Christmas. By
the way, according to Kickstarter's official count, we funded in 45 seconds.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
They claim it funded in 45
seconds.
seconds.
You go up on the screen.
Wow. Line go up, but it went up slower than
I
we
just
thought.
want to say for the record that earlier today, Tony was suggesting we should pre-make a graphic that says funded in X hours and fill in the blank.
And you said minutes, and you were.
I said minutes, and I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah. It's 45 seconds.
Thanks to everybody who's pledged so far. Really appreciate that, guys. So the graphic novel will be out by probably November. So you'll have that this year. It is off to the printers. It was the first thing Ark ever sent to the printers. The novel will be out. You will get it a month early. All you guys who pledge at the Kickstarter. That was kind of one of the things we wanted to make sure that you guys got to read it before anybody else. I want to say it's going to be a June book. Like, I can look it up. We have this written down somewhere. Let me go look at it.
We do have it in sheets. Yeah. June was in my head too. I don't know if it's June, but it's something like late spring. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah.
Funded faster than a microwave burrito being cooked with much less disappointment. Oh, that's good.
So Chris says J. Scott Campbell's project that launched yesterday took 6 minutes to fund.
I don't know him, so
yeah, I don't either.
We wish him well.
I hope he's killing it.
Dave-O makes the point that it's on a weekday, and a lot of people aren't even going to get to this until their lunch break or the evening.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, today it's Tuesday morning.
Yep.
So people are still in mandatory staff meetings.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We're about to flip over 7X funding.
I saw somebody saying, I bet Larry's nervous stomach is doing better now. I was like, yeah, actually, I'm feeling quite a bit better right now. This is if this was a match, it's looking like good performance.
It's looking. So, you got a trophy coming.
Oh man, it was. It's been years and years since I felt that feeling, and it wasn't like it's weird because it's not like you're scared or you're like you're in the hospital or that kind of feeling. It's more of it's game day. It's game day nerves. It's just different. It's performance anxiety.
YouTuber YT is from the future.
Yes, where he is in Japan, you didn't fund until Wednesday.
Oh, that's a good point.
I just looked it up. So as of right now, the American Paladin is slated as a June book, so you guys will get this in May. That could, I mean, you know, barring, it's a crazy business. There's a lot of paper shortage and shipping and this, that, and the other. But
Larry,
where
Larry
we're
gets
sitting
hit
right
by a
now, that
truck.
is the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, don't even say that. Don't even say that, Larry.
Don't know.
Oh,
Chris made a really good suggestion, which I think we're going to have to like talk out internally. But he said, "Hey, I would love it if all your Invictus editions match, so the future Invictus editions, when we kickstart whoever else we might do, right? Which I think is actually a great idea. So let's take that seriously and talk about it."
that's a good idea because, you know, honestly, the aesthetic of the books on the shelf. I mean, I got several hundred I can see from right here. Having them match actually in a series or in a collection is really cool. You know, when they're like unbalanced, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I think we generally are going to stick to pretty standard across the board, like trim sizes for everything. So hopefully, I say that now we're going to make everyone mad when we
I
don't,
actually
but-
really like the throwback aesthetic. Because I got different kinds of covers, and I've got some very artistic. Like my cover that's Academy of Cowcast I have coming out from Athon in October, but I've already written the sequel, and I've got the cover for the sequel, and it's gorgeous. I haven't revealed it yet. It's really a pretty painting, right? But then I got that kind of cover, but then on this one, I've like this throwback where the way I described it is like a late 1970s movie poster for a movie starring Clint Eastwood. You know, like young Clint Eastwood. That's kind of the vibe I got off it, and I thought that was cool, man. I just thought that was a cool. I think that was when I saw that, I was like, okay, this feels like when I would. You guys remember when you were young and they used to have paperback novels in the grocery stores? Like they have the spinner with novels on it, and it'd be like Louis L'Amour and then some thrillers and
some romance novels.
Yeah, and this feels like the book for dudes, and you knew that action was going to occur in this book, you know, and so I saw that cover and I was like, and I liked the design. I thought it was pretty cool, and it was funny too because it was only a few days after, and they're like, Larry, you got a Skinwalker, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, and they're like, sure. It was like antlers, and at that point he didn't. And so I was like, well, he does now.
Ben wants to know if Mike Spears has read To Kill a Mockingbird. And my question is, what does he think about The Great Gatsby?
Actually, he kept his grades up in high school just enough so he could keep wrestling. So he had to keep a C average so he could stay on the wrestling team. That was basically it. Not a super literary kind of guy. Also doesn't watch TV, which comes up several times because the person he's with makes pop culture references, and he hasn't seen any of them, you know. And no, so the Tequila Mockingbird thing, if I recall correctly, it's when they blew up the drug boat, the Venezuelan drug boat, and then Rand Paul made a reference to Kill a Mockingbird. He's like, "Haven't you ever read To Kill a Mockingbird?" And it's like Rand. I mean, I like you, buddy, but this is not connecting here. You know, I think that's. And so my response to that is, I'm not a big To Kill a Mockingbird fan, but I liked the sequel, To Kill a Sunrise, with Mel Gibson. Okay, sorry, Gen X joke there for those of you who grew up in that era. There was a movie called Tequila Sunrise, you know, a sequel to Tequila Mockingbird. You know,
Hey.
I'm 50. Okay, dad joke.
Awesome.
Oh, and Great Gatsby, as you guys all know, I will go off about the Great Gatsby. And
We don't have enough time on this open-ended live stream for that.
Let's see. So let's see what the stretch goal is.
Oh, let's see if we can watch it hit 40. That'd be fun.
Well, that's perfect. We're coming up on 1 hour, which was sort of what we had aimed to do. So maybe we can watch hit 40 and then kind of wrap this up for now.
We're at 30 minutes.
We're at 30 minutes, and it's about to hit 8x funded. Yeah.
Let's see.
we'll have to do a. It's like set a goal there, set a lofty goal, and then like we'll have a 1 hour stream where Larry Correia just goes off about the Great Gatsby.
I would love to do more live streams this month, and we should talk about that.
Wow.
40,000.
Correia 40K.
Yeah, there it is. Well, that was exactly the 30-minute mark by my
That's pretty fun.
very rough, count on the computer here. Shall we call that for the live stream, guys? I had not invited you to stick around longer than an hour.
Whatever you guys want to do, because let's be honest, I'm supposed to be working today, but I will probably be spending the day hitting refresh.
Yep, that seems inevitable. I think
to be perfectly frank, that's probably what I will be doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how much work I'm supposed to have jiu-jitsu tonight too, and I'm not betting that's going to happen either.
Why not make jiu-jitsu?
No.
Well, why don't we call it for this? And but let's plan on connecting again for a live stream. Maybe we can do it again for a Friday Gopherwood Lounge. Just check in, kind of see where we're doing. And
sounds good.
Huge thanks to everybody for backing the Kickstarter, for sharing the Kickstarter, for the sharing I know you're going to do over the next 30 days. This is how it works, right? Is like, this is all that I'm going to be talking about in public for the next 30 days. And really appreciate your tolerance for that, but also for the resharing and the backing and for being part of the community. And Larry, huge congratulations to you. I look forward to Mike's further experiments.
Yeah, I'm gonna go spam this all over the internet, and I'll see if I can't attract some more haters to yell at me for my purposes. Guys, I just want to take a second to say, well, I got everybody here. Thank you very much. Seriously, guys, you are amazing. I have the best fan base in writing. Like, you guys rock. I probably also have the most heavily armed fan base in writing. I'm sure of. I don't have the biggest, but in a fight, you guys would win. Okay, so thank you very much. You guys absolutely rock. I'm blown away by this. You guys are astounding. 40 grand in half an hour. You guys are amazing. And so, hey, please tell your friends. Kickstarters are all about momentum and velocity. So the more people you tell, the more eyeballs will see, the more successful be. Guys, I appreciate it. You are awesome. So thanks a lot. You guys, love you guys. I really do.
Thanks, Larry, and thanks everybody.
Thanks everybody. Remember, the humans win in the end.